Hi guys, how we doing? It's Andy and the lovely Jules. And today what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick video for you to just talk about the decision we made to up sticks from Jersey and move down here to beautiful sunny Spain. And then what we'll do going forward on the channel is we'll break it down for you and we'll tell you, the thought process behind that, steps we made, the things we got right and the things we got wrong. Did we get anything wrong, Jules?
Oh, just one or two things.
Yes, well, this is what it's all about. This is for you guys to see what we did. And again, we'll talk about this a lot. It's not about blowing up your life and moving to another country unless you really want to. One Life is all about giving you the inspiration and motivation and the framework that we used to make the move happen. But what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the thought process that made us decide that we're going to leave Jersey and move to Spain. So, Julesy, rewind 2020. Where were we?
We were in the beautiful, vibrant city of Valencia
Probably enough.
in a bar talking about what a wonderful time we were having, as we always did on holiday. And that even though from the outside our lives looked pretty good, we were actually just living for weekends and holidays.
It was funny because it was the first time that we'd actually stopped and thought about it, wasn't it? Because we always went on holidays and we'd go out and about and we'd do all the stuff, wouldn't we? And we'd never really stopped to reflect on the actual lives we were living back home. It was the first time we'd done it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We sort of
that's right.
paused and stopped and went, hang on a minute. And I think it came from me doing my usual random throw a comment out there. And I think I said to you, what if we didn't have to go back?
That's right.
And we both sort of said, I've said this to Julesy thousands of times when we've been on holiday, because I'm a bit like, I just go and move to the other side of the world for a couple of years and stuff. So I've just got this, what if and mad ideas. And I think it was the first time that you'd actually stopped and considered it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I think to put it into context, Andrew is one of those people who actually does just up sticks and goes. No thought, no, well, not that's no thought, no
You're
fear.
not far wrong.
Whereas I'm like the scared one in this partnership, and like things like that terrify me. But I think on reflection of how our lives were, yeah, what if we could turn this around and live a life that we didn't need a holiday from?
And it was exactly that line, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
said, let's exactly that. Let's create a life we don't need. I said, what I said actually was, let's turn it like, what if we turned it on its head? What if we created a life we didn't need a holiday from? And that's what got us thinking about it, wasn't it? Really seriously for the first time. And by having that space to stop and think, well, what does our life look like when we get back home? We both sort of said, we really are just living for weekends and holidays, weren't we?
I mean, the first thing I would do once I got back home would be planning our next short break or holiday.
You were even doing it at the airport when we were heading back. So two or 3 days before leaving a holiday, Jules would be stressed out about work. She'd already be in work mode and she'd have switched off. And then when we were waiting to board the plane to come back from wherever it was, she's on booking.com going, what do you think about this?
Because I needed that fix to look forward to. I needed to have something in place. And then, as soon as we were back, I was on countdown to our next weekend away or adventure or whatever. But I needed that to get me through the
get through.
stress and the anxiety and everything else that daily life gave us
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, for sure. And that's where it came from. So we threw that comment out there and said, let's do that. And that's where it all started from. It was the first time we'd actually stopped, considered it and thought, is it possible? As Jules said, I'm kind of like, everything's possible. But together we both said, well, let's have a look at it, didn't we? And we said, we do this in the One Life reboot programs and coaching that we do. And I've done this for years. It's like, what does your ideal day look like? And then I say,
Yeah.
describe what your ideal day looks like. Where are you? Who are you with? And what are you doing? So imagine your perfect day, yeah? So we were like, it's not all about drinking in bars. I'm like, well, we're in Spain. We're together. And when we were on holiday, I always worked for a few hours a day and then we went to play. And we said, this is kind of it, didn't we? We
Yeah.
realized that not only that day, but every holiday we'd been on had kind of been like our perfect day, hadn't we?
Yeah.
And it does sound cliche because it wasn't a holiday romance with a place and go, oh, we'll go and live there, because we've been to some places we didn't really like.
I think that a big factor for us also was the weather. We just enjoy outdoors so much. We love being outdoors, and just the weather back home in Jersey was, hit and miss, and the winters were long and seemed to be getting longer, and the summers shorter.
Yeah.
And I like nothing better. Like, I don't have to be out in the sunshine or sunbathing all the time. Just like to be out and about, and that's quite restrictive when the weather's pants.
Yeah. And interesting, I was reflecting when you were talking there about we'd done long hauls, we'd done all of that stuff, but we kept coming back to Spain, didn't we? We started year on year coming back, sometimes twice a year. And it's like, there's a reason for that, because we could have gone anywhere else, couldn't we? And we realized, and again, I talk a lot about your environment affects everything you do, and your environment can be where you live, the job you're in, the people you're surrounded by. But for some reason, we kept coming back to Spain. So that, I was thinking out loud there, was the reason that we chose Spain to head for, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was it. Really, wasn't it? That was a decision-making process. I mean, we'll go into more of this, like what happened when we got back, from that trip. What did we do from there? How did we make the plan? What steps did we put in place? Because we did it all once we decided back home that we were going to move to Spain. We did it in 90 days.
Yep.
We set that.
90
Yes.
terrifying days.
We're sort of laughing hysterically here, aren't we? Because we know what it all looked like. But it was doable, wasn't it?
Yes,
we did it.
was.
And we had to have that, as you always said, we had to have that plan in place.
For me, if we hadn't have had that plan in
Yeah.
place, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. So that was it. That was a decision to move to Spain. And here we are nearly how long? Nearly 5 years later, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still loving it?
More than ever.
So what are we doing this afternoon?
We're going for lunch.
Going for lunch.
We're playing Fridays. We knock off early, play hooky from the office, and we go and explore El Puerto, Santa Maria, or Cadiz, or Jerez, and have a little spud of lunch.
Yeah, because that's the beauty. That's exactly what we were doing on those holidays. We were working in the morning, and we were sort of playing in the afternoons. But even now, life is so much different. We get up and swim and exercise, and then we go to work here. And that was pretty much our ideal day, wasn't it? That was the thing that we described. So yeah,
Absolutely.
today is the day, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's funny. I'll just finish up. The weather and things. And Jules is saying, we don't just lie around in the sun. We actually sunbathe less now, don't we?
We don't sunbathe at all.
We don't know. We're under cover now. We've got this big canopy overhead at the minute. So
It's something that you do on holiday, and even if it's really hot, the minute you get off the plane, you just go, I've got 10 days or 2 weeks to get a tan. And you're like
get
this.
the cooking fat on.
Yeah.
Get the foil.
So
and-
we're
yeah.
actually have more of a tan in the winter
Yeah.
than we do in the summer, because in the summer you don't sit in the sun in Spain, you sit in the shade, and in the winter then you do get out and about and play paddle tennis, etc., and that's where you get your tan, just by being out and about. But
Yes.
yeah, we don't get sunburned.
We don't. But we'll tell you all about that in our future videos. So that's us, guys. That's One Life. If that sounds like you, if you're 40, 50, 60 or beyond, and you're just thinking, I need a shift in my life. I'm starting to think, is this all there is now? Because that's kind of where we were. Then follow us along. We're going to be giving you all the good stuff. We're going to have some, what's it called? What do we do?
Irresponsible adulting.
Irresponsible adulting. That's our
Which is
line,
what
isn't
we're
it?
up to this afternoon.
It is, yeah. But we're going to leave the bikes at home. We're going on the bus today because we've got they're not bus passes, but our bus cards. And how much does it cost to town, Jules?
44 cents, and then a little bit more to catch the ferry across to Cadiz. I mean, it's just fabulous. You could just hop on, hop off, and it's
Yeah,
brilliant.
It's not Great Western Railways, is it? To Blackpool. It's great. Right, okay, I guess we could go on and on, but we'll see you in the next video where we'll start talking about the 4-step process of how we made it all happen. Sound good, Julesy?
Sounds great.
All
Have a
right.
great Friday.
See you later.